to HairByRianaLove, and this is a YouTube video on how to deal and cope with anxiety and depression. I made this video because basically I know a lot of people, especially right now in the pandemic, is going through a lot of things with depression and anxiety, or sometimes people like myself just suffer from PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, and the way I've been coping with having depression issues and anxiety for the last few years since 2018. Actually, I just been doing different methods. Basically, when it gets too stressful for me, I will go into like a dark area. I always secluded myself. I am a mom, so sometimes I would just seclude myself from my daughter, and start just crying and just kind of feeling down and feeling this like it's a certain type of feeling when you're going through depression and diagnosed with depression. It's like a feeling that you can't kind of shake. So what I've been doing and what I've been taught to do was um, basically try to put my energy um, into something positive, and when my mind switched over to something negative, like I'm not good enough, or I just feel useless about just life, I would try to revert that and start praying to God, and I would just ask Him to basically deliver me from that, stop having me feel so bad, and then I would try to basically start thinking of positive things, like something I can do with my daughter, and like I start doing things with my daughter, and I start just writing things down that I want to accomplish, and that kind of makes me feel better, to try to get my foot going in the right direction when I do feel like in a down moment. As far as in my anxiety, sometimes I will have like issues like with me having an attack where I was like, okay, it's too much, and I start breathing different, so I have to try to, you know, um, take my count my steps for the breathing and take a breather for 1 second and just revert back to calming down, telling myself I'm beautiful, telling myself I can do this, telling myself I'm gonna get over this, telling myself, you are a strong person. It's a lot of things that you can do to basically minimize your condition, because it's a condition that people have. Sometimes people get in a depressed stage or state, and it's just like for a few months. Sometimes it's genetically bound. And with my situation, I just kind of try to read up on the depression, and see where do it come from. And it's genetically bound. And my father's mother went through some type of form of depression. And I've been going through depression issues since I was really young, like maybe a teenager, but it didn't really hit me until I was adult. Something that a situation happened with me getting food poison really bad and having to have surgery, and it kind of really put me in a depression mode because I kind of um, lost everything, and I'll basically tell you a story about that. But I lost everything, and I would be always down. I would be always, just not wanting to live. I would just be really, really like in a dark place, and it's not fun. Um, Another thing with depression, I have had like guys, well, not guys, but a guy I was talking to, whatever, like that, and he would be like, "Oh, you're bipolar, 1 minute you're this way, 1 minute you're that way," and that's the thing with depression. It will come off as if you have different personalities because it's an up and down um, roller coaster. 1 minute you can be happy, then the next minute you can switch off and be sad, and then 1 minute you can switch off and be moody. And I have really done that. Like I have really done that, where it's like, let me try to figure out why am I like this. Like what I mean? Like, and then you get into the mode where you want to kill yourself. Yes, I said kill yourself. Once again, I said kill yourself, and it felt like I wanted just to harm myself. Like, is this crazy? Like, I just really wanted to harm myself. Like, And I've never felt like that before, you know? Well, I have. I'm not gonna lie. I have felt like that in high school, where, like I said, I was been going through this for a long time, but I didn't understand it was a depression I was going through. And one particular time I was in high school, I remember I was going to school. I was with my older sister. I was going to school, and I was in a room. It was like early in the morning. I can remember it was probably like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was listening to Nivea. I was listening to Nivea, and it was a 25 Reasons song. You know, 25 Reasons Why I'm in Love with You. I don't know. But anyway, it was that song, and I was just listening to that song, and then I don't know, like it was just like I started feeling really down. Like it was really awkward and weird. And I said to myself, what would it feel like if I smothered myself? What if I smothered myself right now? My sister wouldn't know I was dead. She probably try to wake me up for school in the morning, and I won't be alive. Like, you know, let me try to smother myself. So I tried. I took a pillow. It's really emotional, but I took a pillow and I basically put it over my, my face, and and I try to smother myself. It's so crazy because it's like I'm making this video so weird, people, about the struggles. And it's crazy because, I'm not a vulnerable person, right? I'm really I'm really not this type of characteristic vulnerable person. And it's like having this condition has really made me feel very emotional, unattached to people. I have people tell me that I'm so aggressive and all this stuff like that. So the person that I am and the person that I usually display, which is happy-go-lucky, funny person, I haven't been displaying that in these past years because of the situation. And, I just wanted to make this video to uplift people so people can understand that, you know, life is a roller coaster in itself. And if you don't get help, you know what I mean? Sorry, I did not try to cry. Sorry. But if you don't get help, it can take a toll on you a certain way. I'm in my 30s now. I'm a mom. And I have to think about, I know it's scar. But I have to think about more than myself. And I think that the younger people need to hear this because, young people go through so much stuff. And it's like now, being 2021, you guys have waited your whole life. Your family have waited your whole life. And for last year and also this year for you guys not to have a prom, not to have a graduation. Sorry. I'm so sorry, but for you guys not to have those things that I that I had got to experience. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I just feel bad for you guys. And I know you guys need someone to motivate you to keep going because depression is real, anxiety is real, and guys can endure these things just because of what's going on in the world, you know what I mean? Outside of your everyday life, you know what I mean? I think depression also for me stemmed from my childhood. And things I went through in my childhood. And I just feel like I think people need more awareness. If you are going through depression right now, I want you guys, whether you guys are younger, older, however, middle age, I want you guys to try to get some type of help. Don't ignore the signs. Depression will come in. Some of the things I'm going to give you, for example, that you might be going through depression is if you have mood swings, if you are sleeping all the time, if you're fatigued all the time for no reason, you're just so fatigued where you just wake up in the morning and you have a bit of energy and then it just drops down. That is depression, because that's what I go through. I have had people tell me, you know, Rihanna, why are you so tired? You're so tired all the time. You don't do nothing. You don't do nothing. You know, you don't do nothing much. You know, you do hair, but why are you so tired? And it was embarrassing for me to say that, to the point where, like I said, I had a guy friend. I had to let him know, like, you know, and I'm not crazy and I'm not bipolar, so please stop telling me that I'm suffering from depression. I suffer from depression. I'm diagnosed with, having depression. You know what I mean? So I really would like if you could stop doing that, because yes, I do be tired all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I am very emotional. I'm balanced at times. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't want to be like that. And it's like, it just comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? But those are the things, like, like I said, you having fatigue, you being having mood swings. You think about suicidal events that you want to endure to yourself, that you want to do and cause to yourself. This is it's a couple other things. I can't think. I'm so sorry, off the top of my head, but it's a couple other things. But those are the main sides. Those three right there alone, you have to try to find help. Even if you talk to your family, you know what I mean? If you don't have a family, if you have a good friend or something you can talk to, whatever, to walk you through it, or, hold your hand and guide you to do something that will make you feel better, as far as in going to counseling or having an outlet or something like that. But you have to put your foot forward to recognize the issue and get help for that, because you don't want to do something that will be damaging to yourself. And I fight with that all the time, and it's real. I'm telling you guys, it's real. It's not fake. It's nothing to play with. um I have reached out to therapists. Some people don't have the money to go to therapy. If you have any type of insurance that will cover it, please use the insurance for that. I think that's one of the number one things people should be using their insurance for, other than, of course, going to the doctor and getting checked. But that needs to be the number one thing. People will reach out to their insurance company to see if they provide those services. Even though you have money in your pocket, it's some type of way that you can get help. You know, um, but it's a serious event, and that's basically some things that I went through my depression. I'm still a work in progress. Um, I've been taking my day to day thing. When I get up in the morning, this is what I do. I get up in the morning, make my bed up. Well, before I make my bed up, get up in the morning, I talk to God. I do my mental intake. What I have to do for the day. If I have a client or something like that. But at first, I talk and I pray to God. And I thank Him for waking me up in the morning. I thank Him for my family, my friends, and people in the world. And then, of course, make my bed up or however, go brush my teeth, wash my face. I get me some tea. And the teas that I like to take is stress reliever tea, and something, I mix two different teas. Something for the immune system and something to relieve my stress. I always drink two things, as far as in personal, I would say personal teas. As far as in personality wise, it's kind of sound dumb, but it will be stress relief and it will be positive teas. Is what I mean. Outside of the norm, you know, that's what I would. That's what I take. It depends on how I feel. If I feel like my energy is being really low and my positivity level is kind of getting into a certain space, a dark space, then I would drink a positive tea, in the afternoon or whatever. I would just drink some tea to make me feel better. Through my clients, of course, talk to God, again, write down and jot down what I want to do, what my plans are. And I just keep repeating this cycle. That's my daily thing, outside of me being a mom, of course. But those are the first things I do. Wake up in the morning, talk to God, pray. And I drink my tea so I can be relaxed, so I can feel that relaxation. I give myself a pep talk. I get in the mirror and I give myself a pep talk. Like, you are beautiful. You are smart. You're going to get through this. This depression is not going to control you or confine you. You are going to beat it one day. You're going to beat it today. Do not let that get you down. And, I just give myself that positive energy. And I think sometimes people need that. But like I said, just get help. This is my story to you guys, how I deal, how I cope with depression and anxiety. And hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Hopefully you guys will like and share it to my channel. Hopefully you guys can, you know, send this to your friends or your family members, whoever is going through something. It's a lot that people are going through, and this hopefully this will help you guys through your journey. And you guys got it. You guys have it, and you guys are going to get through this like I am getting through this. And to the mothers out there, to the fathers out there who needs this, pep talk. It's a lot on us as parents. Like I said, I'm in my 30s, and it's a lot on me. It's a lot on me as a parent, but I do not try to let this issue and this diagnosis take over my motherhood. It has at a point in time where I would be snapping with my baby, and my baby would just be like, "Wow, she's crazy," or "What's wrong with my mom?" Would be times where I would just wake up at night, in the middle of the night, just screaming, crying, and just praying to God, like, my daughter sleep and she just wake up like, "What's going on?" So it's just a lot, and it's hard for us parents to express ourselves because we always have to be the strong person, the provider, the protector, and the ideal role model for our kids is we don't have time to break or cry or whatever. So I just want to tell you guys that you guys have that in the bag. You guys are doing great as parents. And no one ever told you guys are great, phenomenal mothers, phenomenal fathers. If anyone haven't told you, you guys are phenomenal daughters and sons and sisters and brothers. You guys are all phenomenal. And like I said, like and subscribe to my channel. Hope this was helpful. If you guys want any other videos as far as in how to or story times about anything that I've been through, please share. Bye. Thank you. God bless.